What's up, guys? It's your boy Stride coming back at you again. So today I'm doing a geometry project that is pretty much just going over quite a bit of the stuff that we went over in my geometry class at school. So first off, just going over the 4 things that we're going to talk about in this video, just to give brief definitions. First one is angles and circles. An angle enclosed by rays emanating from a vertex. A circle is a simple closed shape. Number 2, coordinate quadrilaterals. A quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides parallel and congruent. Number 3, types of lines. Vertical lines run straight up and down, having no undefined slope. Horizontal lines run straight across and have a slope of 0. Perpendicular lines are 2 straight lines that cross. Parallel lines are 2 straight lines that will never cross. Number 3, slopes. The slope of a line is the number that measures its steepness. They are measured along the x and y axis. And number 4, parallelograms. It's a simple quadrilateral with 2 pairs of parallel sides. The opposite facing sides of a parallelogram are of equal length, and the opposite angles are of equal measures. Alright, for the first example of angles and circles. Central angles is an angle formed by 2 radii with the vertex at the center of the circle. And this right here is a central angle is equal to intercepted arc. And this is the example. So pretty much what this says is that M is less than AOB, the angle. No, sorry. I can read. M is the angle AOB, not less than. And this is also equal to M line A. That's line AB. So this line, that arc. In the diagram at the right, angle AOB is a central angle with an intercepted minor arch of A to B, from A to B. And angle AOB is equal to 82 degrees. So that would be 82 right there. So 82 degrees. Okay. In a circle, congruent central angles have congruent chords. So that is represented in this diagram. If angle AOB is is about equal to angle DOC, then line AB is pretty much equal to line DC. Okay. And now for coordinate quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral ABCD has coordinates A 47, B 97, C 63, and D 13. Construct ABCD in the coordinate plane, and I went ahead and printed that off right there. So these points are already graphed. And then it says to find the slope of each side. And here it says that line AB, which is right there, is equal to 0. Line BC, which is right there, is equal to 4/3. Line CD, right there, is equal to 0. And then line DA, right there, is equal to 4/3. So, therefore, you can gather that line AB is parallel to CD and BC is parallel to DA. Alright, now it asks to find the length of each side. And to do that, you would have to do rise over run, which this is rise and this is run. So you've got that AB is equal to 5 and CD is equal to 5. And to find all of them, you would have to plug them into this equation right here. And that is x1 minus x2 squared plus y1 minus y2 squared. And then you would plug it all in, doing all of this right here. And 9 minus 6 squared plus 7 minus 3 squared equals 9 plus 16. And these brackets right here are supposed to be like this. But I did it on the computer, so yeah. So 9 plus 16 is 25, which then you get 25, and then 25 squared, or the square root of 25, is 5. So you get the answer, 5. And then you do the same thing with plugging it in with the dA. 1 minus 4 squared plus 3 minus 7 squared equals 9 plus 16, and then 25 and 5. So that concludes that all of these sides are equal. Alright, and next it asks you to complete the sentence, which this and that were the blanks. And it says quadrilateral ABCD is a rhombus because 4 sides are the same length. And yeah. And then it asks you to find the midpoint, slope, and lengths of line AC and line BD. And then you would plug it in for AC, which is 4 minus 6 squared plus 7 minus 3 squared equals 4 plus 16. And then 20 square rooted, like that, equals 2 square root of 5. And if you go over here, the midpoint is 4 plus 6 divided by 2, and then 7 plus 3 divided by 2 would equal 5, 5. And then the slope, which is 4 divided by negative 2 equals negative 2. And then we do the same thing for BD. 9 minus 1, yeah, pretty much. You just repeat and you get 4 with the square root of 5, and then 5, 5, and then 1/2. And then the conclusion from this entire process is that it's a rhombus. It has 4 equal lengths. The diagonals are perpendicular. Bisectors of each other, not equal in length. Opposite sides are parallel. And now we go on to types of lines. This line right here is a vertical line. This one is a horizontal, and these 2 lines are perpendicular. Now on to slopes. Slope form. M equals change in y divided by change in x, which equals rise over run, which equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Parallel lines have equal slopes. The slope of perpendicular lines are opposite reciprocals of each other. Point slope form. And this first part and the last part are in parentheses. Y minus y1 equals m x minus x1, where m is the slope. Pretty much lowercase m on all of these for slopes is represented as slope. Midpoint formula. x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1, plus y1 divided by 2. where m is the slope yet again. See? Slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. Distance formula. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And that's what we did on the last equation. Use the slope formula to determine the slope of each line. And this is just an example. Substitute negative 2, 7 for x1, y1, and 3, 7 for y2, x2, and y2 in slope formula, and then simplify. And then you have the equation that you're supposed to put it into right here, and then you plug it in, and you get 0. And here's an example of what you would need to do using slope-intercept form. And now to parallelograms. Area of parallelogram. The area of a parallelogram equals the base times the height. A equals B times H. If the height is 7 centimeters and the base is 8 centimeters, then the area of the parallelogram would be 56 centimeters squared. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked it, and leave your suggestions in the comments below and subscribe.